Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another. It's not even gunpla. It's a Girlpla update, right? Yeah. So I built two. I mean, I don't even know if they qualify as Girlpla, but two kits recently and one kit last year, and just gonna combine them all into one video because who cares at this point? There's gonna be like five people who watch this, and you're by now, in the next text 10 seconds, you're probably clicked out of the video. All right. Anyway, if you do watch this whole video, thank you so much and enjoy. All right. Anyway, so this is the Acerby Type A 30-minute missions. It took me way longer than 30 minutes. All right. And 30 minutes, sisters, Lirinel, also way longer than 30 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. I spend a lot of time doing the shaving the nub marks, and I struggle with putting the pieces together sometimes. Like, yeah. And here's the bootleg Nobel Berserker because I thought the regular bootleg Nobel did not have the giant boobies in it, but turns out they do. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so definitely super not safe for work, Gooner stuff. But I don't think I'm ever getting monetized ever again. And even if I do, I'd be earning pennies per month. So there's literally no point. Yeah, no point in censorship. And yeah, not that I'm anti-censorship, pro-censorship, or anything. Yeah, I just like model kits. I like toys and boobies. Yeah, probably should grow up, but also, who fucking cares, right? There's a billion problems with the world. Why does it matter if I like to play with toys, right? And look at movies. All right, enough random shit talking or whatever. But yeah, these were 20 minutes apart. And close up of the face, I just want to show that I sharpened the V fin. It's not too hard, but the ABS plastic, the bootlegs are made out of ABS plastic, so it's harder. Not harder, it's softer, right? It's softer. It's harder to cut it because it's not as harder as to cut it, but it's harder to not destroy it when you're cutting it because the plastic is so soft. You can easily damage it, stress marks and stuff. But I did end up dropping it, and in the later pictures, you might see the stress mark on the V fin. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. You can count how many pictures and then times 20 minutes. It doesn't matter, I guess. But honest, yeah, because well, the 20 minutes it's more so for so I can take a break, drink some water, eat a snack if I'm hungry, use the bathroom, etc. Yeah, and plus wash my hands, especially once it's the summer. My hands get so oily and greasy. Sometimes I have to wash in between the 20, like after 10 minutes, right? Because yeah, when it's really hot, and I'm too cheap to turn on the air conditioning. But yeah, I definitely turn the air conditioning on more now that I'm into the model kits because I don't like having the sweat and oil all over my model kits, right? Especially if I want to paint them and stuff, customize them. So yeah, I bought four of these. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in one video or another. But turns out they're not really compatible. Maybe you can take the legs and arms out, but like you can't really like combine them with other high grade kits. I think. Maybe I don't know. You'd have to do some cosmetic surgery, like cutting it up and stuff. Like you can't just take the feet out and stick it into another kit, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not like yeah. Some of the high grade kits you can take it out like the knees and the elbows, and you can stick it into the 30-minute sisters and stuff. You got a rat's nest of cables back there, and that display cardboard cutout. It's like a plastic render rack. Yeah, so the reason I have it leaning against the gate, I mean the container, because it has the head is really heavy. The hair makes it really heavy, and yeah, it's difficult to keep it posed. Right. So here's the official design of Nobel Gundam. It's just the regular chest, and then they have the enhanced boob job, and then another one even bigger, and fleshy bits, which makes no sense. I mean, the round boobies makes no sense. Period. But then there's fleshy bits, flesh skin tone color. Makes zero sense, but activates the Gunner neuron activation, and that's literally the reason why I started looking at all these Girlpla kits, and yeah, and bought a whole bunch of them. Right. And here's a sexy turnaround pose waving to the audience, to you, to me, to camera. And this is a year later. I don't know why I did a vertical picture, but yeah. I did build a stand, and I tried to build the second hand. So the problem is, I guess because it's a bootleg, the beam saber effect does not fit into the lights in the beam saber hilts. I had to drill a hole, and then it became too big, and I had to super glue it together. And then the hand is two pieces, right? There's this part and the hand fingers, the fingers and the armor piece, right? So the armor piece snaps into the fingers with like a tab or whatever, but it's, I don't know how to explain it, but instead of the tab going inside the finger, right? That's how most Bandai kits are, I think. The tab goes right here between the fingers where the lightsaber, the beam saber is supposed to go. So you cannot fit this armor piece on top of the fist with the beam saber inside. So I had to shave off that nub, the tab that keeps it in place. So, and then I had to glue it together so it doesn't fall out. And then turns out it was all for nothing. Wasted like half an hour because this joint, hand joint, is permanently stuck inside the wrist over there. So I did post a comment in somebody's Reddit post about this kit, and they said, yeah, they took so much force, they thought they were gonna break the hand right off to remove it. So I'm not gonna risk breaking it, but I thought about maybe like cutting it and use a paper clip to hot swap it, but I don't know. I guess when I build the bootleg, I'll just use this hand. The second bootleg, I'll use this hand and permanently be stuck inside, or maybe I won't build it. Right? I don't know. Because the idea was to kit bash it. I mean, really, the main components I want is the boobies, and I guess the feminine face, but mostly the boobies and the feet. Honestly, and I guess the legs is kind of more thin and slender than most Gundams. But yeah, the hands is more thin and slender. But I don't know. I guess I'll have to like sand the joints, right? The ball cap or whatever that's called, before I put it in, right? So definitely, I never even built the RC bootleg either. But yeah. And here's the Lirinel. Again, like I said, it took way longer than 30 minutes. I have no idea why I took a picture of this. I think I meant to discuss it with somebody or complain or something. I know this part, it took me forever to get it. It's not that it took forever. It just felt like it didn't fit. I don't know. But yeah, you can switch between the faces, which is nice. It gives you 3 faces. And this one, there's also a white piece. I guess it's supposed to be teeth, but this one is it's like the tongue. So I don't know if you can swap it out once you stick it in, but if you have an extra spare face with an open mouth, you can put it in, I guess. And there's the closed mouth face. And so this one, I actually took it, I took 30 minutes per picture. I was thinking, let me finish this shit in 30 minutes. Hell to the no, I did not. It still took me like 3 hours or over 3 hours. Yeah. Again, probably because of the nub marks. I mean, it definitely looks better when you remove the nub marks, but yeah. And now it's basically done, but then I have to finish the armor pieces. And it comes with some, these are the extra pieces. You can actually put this in another kit that has like pegs over there, but you can also use the pegs for armor. And that's the teeth piece that I'm talking about. It can go in here, right here. So it does come with extra accessories. This skirt is lifted up, so you can do a pose where you lift her legs up, right? And these pegs is for extra armor pits because it's compatible with other 30-minute sisters and 30-minute missions. I think it's just a random extra piece. I don't know. Maybe that was part of the head or something, but yeah. Why did I take 2 pictures? I have no idea. I guess this one had brighter lights. Whatever. And the photo shoot front and back as always. And this hair is so sharp, insanely sharp. Every time I touch it, I feel like I'm gonna give myself a paper cut, even though it's not made of paper. It feels really insanely sharp. Like it's like poking myself with a scissor. Yeah. I think I had that issue with like curved pieces, like the Gilgoog leg, because some of those parts is like a sharp corner. But yeah, this is so many sharp corners. I do not like it. And some poses. These are from the manual or the box, or both. Yeah, I usually try to replicate the poses from the boxes or manuals. And this is just what her with the armor pieces on. And again, pose from the manual or the box or whatever. And I did my best to hide my finger. I usually try to keep the whole figure in there, but my fingers is holding the foot, so whatever. This was before I built the action base, but you'll see soon enough that I did build the action base. And another pose, similar pose, but also from the manual. For some reason, I thought the hands could go inside, so these are actually cannons. So her hands turn into cannons, I guess. So she's a straight up robot, android, whatever. Her hands, her fists, fingers can go inside. It's like the TX from Terminator 3. The hands can be hands, or the arms can have hands or weapons, right? Whatever, I don't know. Is a repeat? I guess, whatever. Sometimes I repeat the pictures. I take it more than once. And here's compared to the Gilgoog. I just this still on. I had this lying around, so I'm like, let me try swapping the parts. Yeah, so definitely the shoulder part cannot go in there, and I try to pull the die out, does not work. But yeah, so I was able to swap the. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Nobel cannot do this. I cannot just take it out by the elbow or the knee and swap it. Or this for the or whatever. Like, right, you can't, like, for the Nobel, you can't take part of the arm and legs off. But for the Gilgoog, you sure can. So like some of these kits, you can easily swap them. And here's the Galgoog, girl Goog. Yeah. So yeah, totally. If I wanted to make it permanent, I would just paint bits of pieces of our armor green and light gray and bluish gray and dark gray, right, and black to match the colors. Or I could paint all her armor white and pink and red. But from my experience, painting white is horrible. So I'd rather just paint her in the Gilgoog color scheme. Here's my Goner mouse pad. YOLO. I got a vertical trackball mouse because my regular trackball mouse was like giving me issues. So yeah, just decided to get a vertical. And I don't know if I mentioned it, I had a Cooler Master compact keyboard at some point, and turns out the numpad is very useful. I don't use it all the time, but when I do need it, it's fucking annoying to not have a numpad. I don't really normally enter numbers, but sometimes like you want to use a calculator or whatever. You need to enter some fucking numbers and there's no numpad. You have to enter all the way up there. It's very awkward and annoying. But yeah, this is my like setup. The container, the idea is any pieces that drop should fall into the container. If I drop the knife, it should fall into the container. But one time the fucking knife fell out of the because I was holding it right next to me. I don't know. The point is, my hands was not above the container. I dropped the knife, and luckily it did not cut my leg or it didn't go into my foot. Very fortunate. So yeah. But somebody taught me a new way to hold the knife, like a potato peeler. So your whole hand is gripping the knife. Before I was using it like a pen. So definitely it feels like it's slipping sometimes, but yeah. It's a little awkward with the like a holding it like a peeler or a knife or whatever, but it's more secure. Yeah. So basically, you hold it like a knife, right? Where your whole hand is gripping against it. Don't hold it like a pen. It's more precise when you use it like a pen, but the grip is bad. Like if you just have your two fingers slipped and that shit falls on your foot or leg, cuts it wide open, you're bleeding. It's a game over, man. All right. So yeah, for this one, they're like, here's the pro assembly. Yeah, no, I need step by step, great detail. You know, it probably is, but I need bigger pictures. I'm blind. And it says to cut all the runners into like 50 other runners. Why? Why would I do that? Like the rack doesn't have space for like 50 runners. All right. So yeah. Why did I just spend 10 minutes rambling about nothing? I mean, maybe not 10 minutes, but a couple of minutes rambling about nothing. So Acerby, I went back to the 20 minutes because I know there's no way in hell I'm gonna build this shit in 30 minutes. So yeah, after like 10, 20 minutes, my eyes start getting tired and stuff, and my fingers getting oily and sweaty and disgusting and slimy. Gets all over the model kit. So no more 30 minutes timer, just 20 minutes is fine. Gives me a chance to take a breath, take a break, drink some water and stuff. So yeah, this one also took me almost 3 hours. It's fine. But the funny thing is, the Acerby, I feel like it's more pieces than the Lirinel, but I'm pretty sure it cost me less. I mean, so on one hand, it's good that I was able to build it faster, I guess. I probably try not to care too much about the nub marks. I try to just cut it once and that's it. Forget it. Right. But sometimes I went in and cut it again, shaving the nub marks again. I mean, the build, when I was building it, it felt very familiar, right? Like, it was almost identical. Well, it's not like some, like these joints is not identical, but a lot of the parts, like the legs over here and the elbows, like you got the circles and stuff, and the head, it's kind of similar. And the torso is separating into multiple pieces and stuff. And those are the accessories for the, you can put the armor pieces if you buy the extra armors or other ones. And this one, it's for, there's like a chest armor piece or something, whatever, you can stick it in. Maybe I can stick the Nobel boob armor in here. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but it's possible. Right? Maybe. I'm sure I could like cut it up and modify it. Right? Because this one is more flat, right? This one is it has some built-in boobies. So yeah. And these are just random extra ass pieces that I spent like 20 minutes cutting all the cleaning the nub marks off. I don't know what the hell they're for. They just included them. I guess because the way the runners worked is sometimes they have to duplicate runners or something. Like these pieces don't even look like those waist pieces. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe maybe this is from like the Spinacia, right? Look, it's wider. Maybe these connect to this. I haven't tried it. Maybe I can try it, right? Maybe these are supposed to connect to these, like for another 30-minute missions, right? For another kit. Because it's kind of weird. Like, what's these extra pegs for? Because there's probably another kit where you actually, these are the waist skirts, armors, right? Sometimes they reuse parts, right? So this is probably from another red kit. The only red kit I can think of, feminine red kit, is the Spinacia. So maybe these are in the Spinacia. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Anyway, so I also built the action base. Finally, I have an action base backlog as well. And took me way more than 20 minutes, right? It's the same picture, but I took out my lamp, turned it on, because it definitely helps. I put it away because I had quit gunpla modeling for a while. Yeah, this one is all bent in the package. It's okay, whatever. It's whatever. So hopefully that won't affect it. But honestly, I'm probably not even going to use it that much. It's just for some random pictures, right? This is mostly for Girlpla, I think. Or yeah, I think none of these work with the Gilgoo, except for probably this one. This is the only one that would work with the Gilgoo because it doesn't have any pegs in the bottom, but you can just wrap it around the waist. Yeah, I guess I wanted to hide all those ugly ass wires, but in the other picture I didn't, so whatever. Yeah, so you can actually, it comes with actually three uh, stand. I don't know what the hell these things are. Connectors. I don't know, but you could technically, even though the action base, I think it's meant for one character. You could put three in it, and you can combine them any way you want, right? Like you can use like these pegs or whatever, or this peg, so you can have three of the same peg. But I think the bigger one is for master grade kits or huge kits. And yeah, this peg and this one is meant for 30-minute sisters, and I think there's another one. Yeah, this is the built-in peg. I think this one also has a peg you can just stick it. Yeah, this is a modifier. You could take this out, and then whatever is left is stick it into 30-minute sister. And more up, there's a package duplicates. I think I mentioned this in another video. I'm gonna try to like cut up the bikini there, so it's a more like a one piece, like She-Hulk design costume kind of thing. That's the plan. And then put some putty. I still have some putty for leftover. I'll try to make the sculpture look better before I post the pictures, because right now it's fucking ugly and too embarrassing to post. But once I made it better, I'll post it, right? Or never. Yeah, so this is the regular display modeling putty, epoxy putty, and then there's the Aves epoxy clay or putty. I don't know. Kind of confusing, but yeah. And some tools. I could have bought the Easy Ace, which is, I don't know, some generic looking epoxy clay. It's half the price of this, and it came with free tools, so I probably should have bought that to save more money. But you know, a little paranoia. This has like 3,000 positive reviews, and that one only has 100. So let me buy the better product, even if it's double the fucking price. Jeez. I forgot to take a picture of this, right? Just this by itself. I don't know. Yeah, so these is 100 grams, and this is a combined weight of, so this is 250-gram sticks, right? Yeah, both of these sticks combined is 100 grams. Well, the tub is 200. It says right there 227 grams, but there's extra 40 grams. It's probably just the container itself that's like 40 grams or whatever, or maybe they just wung it, right? I mean, hopefully it's more than it. It's at least 227 grams of putty, right? Because this one is 271. What's the difference? This container looks smaller. I don't know. Is it or the same? So hopefully it's just the difference in the weights of containers. Like this is like 40-pound container. It's a 50-pound container. I don't know. 50 grams, right? Or just there's a lot of putty there, right? Extra putty. I don't know. I have to use all the putty and just put the container on top. And you think I'm gonna remember that shit like in 6 months or whatever? And those are the silicone, because they're designed to be able to cut easily without wetting it, and it's supposed to be non-stick, right? And it's perfect for like smaller sculptures and details. They said metal is better for like big sculptures, but also metal, you can accidentally just cut everything up, jab everything, right? And this one is actually missing a ram. I don't know if it's because it's like melted, oily and stuff. Like, is this, the box says it has a 2023 on it. Is it expired? Does putty expire? I mean, the other one I have is pretty old, and it was also discolored. And I saw the pictures, the package picture. It was discolored the day I bought it. So yeah, I mean, it still works fine. And yeah, so I built the Acerby, but I didn't take the pictures until later on today. Did some posing because I built it last night, finished it last night, and I went to bed. Or tried to go to sleep early. And here's some pictures. Oh yeah, so the faceplate there, it can move around. There's 3 different slots for it. So this is covering the eyes completely. Yeah, I think these poses I tried to replicate from the box. Oh no, not yeah, from the box. Not the manual was empty because the manual was just the instructions. That's it. Didn't have any poses in the manual, or it did have like one. And of course, I had the stand. That's why I took a break and built the stand before I took the pictures, right? Because I knew it would come in handy. So I don't have to like hold it up in the air. So, and I tried to take the picture of the stand too. I don't know why. I could have just zoomed in a little bit further, like this. Yeah. And then eventually I was like, yeah, why am I taking a picture of the entire stand? Let me close up, zoom in. Another pose from the box. Same thing with this, right? Or the manual. I don't know. That might have been from the manual. I think there's one yeah. And this is just trying to balance her on her 2 feet. It's kind of hard to balance her, like have her stand on 2 feet because her head is so heavy because of the ponytails, I guess. And here's a pose. So it comes with extra shoulder joints. I didn't mention this before, but it's meant to so you can clip on the armor. So maybe the Gelgook shoulder armor would actually fit on her. Yeah, but it's really huge. But anyway, yeah, this extra space is to put it in, but it also helps with posing, right? Like spread out the arms so like the gun isn't right into her face, and otherwise her hand would be right over her crotch. Not a good look. I mean, unless that's exactly what you're trying to do, right? Oh, this is blurry. What the hell happened? Oh well. I'm too lazy to retake the picture now. Already made the fucking video. But yeah. Trying to make it look like she's aiming through the scope. But she's a robot. I don't know. Does she need a scope? I don't know. Don't they have like perfect target aiming systems? And these the front side views. Just in case I ever try to do some painting or something, or panel lining, do some customization. And then I took this picture later, but here's all the accessories. I didn't include all the extra junk because there's no point. And some more risque gooner poses, right? I'm like, I forgot. What is the reason of buying all these Girlpla for? Because I like women. So why am I just doing the standard military poses, right? Yeah, so more cutesy, feminine, sexy posing, I guess. Yeah, this waist. Oh yeah, the head keeps on popping right off, and this part there's uh the waist is held onto by like a piece of a tab or whatever here, and it keeps on falling off. It's not really secure, but they added that so you can have some extra waist articulations. This is like the only polycap I think, and maybe the legs here. There's only like 3 polycaps. This one is a plastic polycap, not like the old style polycap, soft polycap, whatever. This is just a plastic on plastic, and it keeps on falling off. I don't know if it's because it's plastic, and whenever I do the poses, the shoulder starts separating because it's 2 halves, and even the leg, hip joint kind of did the same, but not as bad as the shoulder joints. Here's on her knees, the kind of pose I would normally draw peace sign, but she can't do she doesn't have peace sign fingers. But that's okay. And she's doing a split. I don't know, why not? I just want to see if it's possible. So I did have to rotate the this part over here. It's supposed to be up here, but I just rotate it down so she can, because otherwise her leg would be up to here and she would just tip over because of this crotch piece over here. And then I decided to compare it to the kits I have lying around. So I already built the sound wave. I didn't make the video. I was going to make the video, but then I decided, let me make the Girlpla video. It doesn't matter. I don't know. For the sound wave, I actually want to try to spruce it up. Just paint extra red on the over there that's missing. And I looked up the pictures. This part is supposed to be silver, or at least this part. And then maybe some of these circles I'll paint silver. I don't know. And the boosters. Not boosters, the speakers, right? It's the subwoofers on the back of his leg is just all blue, I think. It's just all solid color, so I'm probably going to paint them silver. I don't know. Or gold. I don't know. Paint them some metallic color, right? I did check Amazon. Most of the subwoofers are just solid color with the speaker itself. Like the whole entire subwoofer is one color, but there's like a few that have like brass colored or something. Maybe it's made out of brass. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, it seems like 90% of subwoofers is just the same color as the rest of the speaker, but it's my kit. I can customize it, right? But overall, when I looked at the picture, it looks pretty color accurate. Yeah. Just missing some red stripes on the side. It'll make more sense when I make the actual video, and then just the silver there. But overall, it's like 95% color accuracy. No stickers needed like Gundam model kits. Like these are stickers. All these white parts pieces are stickers. But yeah, they just pre-printed all these details. And most of these red is pre-colored on, but they didn't paint the sides. I don't know why. Even in the packaging, it doesn't show it. So like Gundam model kit packaging, it will lie to you. It'll show all the painted, extra painted stuff, but when you build the kit, it's missing everything, right? I mean, not everything, but it's missing certain colors and stuff. But here, the packaging is straight up, like this part is is fully metallic silver. This part has the red painted on. The box is the same. You'll see the red over here, and then this part is just fully metallic silver. So no false advertising. It is once you build it, it looks like 100% same as the box, as it is on the box. And 02, yeah, because their goal is 02 is required. I don't know why they didn't just bother painting this part red, right? Why? I guess you're most likely just gonna see it from the front and back. Definitely not gonna see it from the side there. I don't know. But they could have painted this silver, right? Like, this is pre-painted. Like in Gundam model kits, this would be two separate pieces. But I think over here there's like a silver border even. But anyway, but yeah, Gundam model kits, this yellow piece would be a separate piece that you would click into the blue piece here. But no, the blue piece came with it painted yellow. And again, this part was painted red. That would be a separate piece for the Gundam model kit or a sticker. And these are also pre-printed as well. I don't know if that makes it easier, cheaper, or harder. Right, they don't have to make, because they can save plastic by not making like double the runners, right, for all these extra pieces. Probably. Yeah, they do have a lot. There was like 7 runners for Soundwave, but they're really small. Like they're nowhere near as many pieces as a Gundam model kit, which is fine. It's definitely designed for more beginner friendly, more people, and it's fine for me. I forgot how long it took me to build it, but probably definitely not 30 minutes. All right. Yeah, so this is the new Gundam entry grade. Actually, I don't know how big the high grade and real grades are. Probably even bigger. But the police G-Crux Police Aku is pretty small. I mean, not. It's just mostly just the head is smaller. The body is, yeah, overall it's smaller actually. The body frame and everything. That's the no grade. Zavantes, I don't even know how the fuck you say it. From GPO1, from Stardust Memory, the one that I painted. Yeah, it's in the background there. You can't even really see it, but yeah, Soundwave is about the same size of the high grade kits, most of them, right? If you have a high grade new Gundam, it's gonna be towering over everyone else. And this is high grade Police Aku, but it's a little bit shorter than everyone else. The Lirinel, not including the bunny ears armor, it's about the same height, right? Over here, yeah, it's about the same height. Yeah, but Acerby is almost as tall as the new Gundam. She's like half a head taller. So it's actually the legs. So you can see, look how long the legs are, and then look how long the legs are here. But yeah, she's like half a head taller. And then I swapped the pieces, and now Lirinel is about the same height or even taller, right? Cause so yeah, like I said, it was the legs, the really long legs. I think her torso might be longer actually. So yeah, I guess for Acerby they went with a shorter torso but longer legs. I think her arms are longer too, but yeah, she looks so menacing with the robot face. And she reminds me of maybe like Roll from Mega Man, cause yeah, she's like doesn't she have, I don't know. She has like robot parts, right? And the human face. That's how the Mega Man robots are like. They have human faces, but robot parts. And some posing using the help of the action stand. And basically the same pose. I just flipped her legs around, but I didn't even feel like figuring out a new pose. Because she can't, like, she doesn't have guns. I mean, I could have flipped the arms and legs around, but whatever. So now they're teaming up, and now they're fighting each other. And is literally the same but flipped, but at an angle. I think, yeah, I just tilted them a little bit, so it looks like a little bit different. Gooner alert. Yeah, I was gonna do like that meme where it's like tall woman holds up the short woman with the action stance, but then I'm like, you know what? Let's make it sexier. Legs wrapped around, and looks like they're making out. Kind of, yes. When you zoom in, it's not so much. But from here, it looks like they're making out. Legs wrapped around the waist. Yeah, it looks more like she's kissing her forehead. Yeah, so, I mean, I did try my best to have, you know, her hands wrapped around her head, her arms around her armpits, like holding her up, like that meme. I don't know who created that. There's a tall woman holding up a short woman, but yeah. And I just added the extra leg wrapping around, right? And then here's my Girlpla or gunpla. Holy shit, why is it so blurry? I should have double checked the picture. Oh well. But yeah, Nobel Gundam was way shorter, so she's probably similar height to the police Gundam. Yeah, I guess the G Gundam, maybe they're smaller. Some of the Gundam kits, yeah, some of them bigger, smaller, the scaling, etc. I don't know if it's because Bulik or it's just because she's small. The future century Gundams are small, maybe. And that's it, right? Alright, so enough rambling. And hopefully the next video will be better. And why is it over 36 minutes? Oh well, I need a fucking break. My throat is killing me. I need to drink some water. Alright. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Until next time. Bye bye.